Hey Avish, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, Sid? Good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had a good time at Tava with me and Yuvi. Pity is not here today. So yeah, let's get back to basics now. What happened in the second test? What a comeback from India after their pathetic fielding performance at Headingley. So yeah, full class performance by 330 plus runs, and Shubman Gill was the man of the match, I assume, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean, no surprises there, man. It was a record-breaking match for Shubman. I mean, 269 in
Mm.
the first innings, and then
Mm-hmm.
161 plus in the second innings. It was brilliant from him. But what was so amazing about that performance from India was they
Mm-hmm.
did it without their spearhead. They did it without
Mm.
Bumrah, which was all the more impressive. And at a ground that they haven't won before, Edgbaston, and it was as clinical as it can get, Sid. I think
Mm-hmm.
India played the game perfectly this time around. I mean, they were lower order runs, and they really put the pressure on England. And England were always kind of chasing the game because I mean,
Yeah.
what is it, 587 first inning. Then England they managed to avoid
Yeah,
the follow on.
587.
Yeah, I mean they got to 407.
Yes.
I thought India kind of let them off the hook there. They could have bowled them out a lot for a lot less than that. And then, I mean, what impressed me was the way they came out in the second innings. I mean, they were so positive. And yeah, I mean, once it goes up to 500, 600, I mean, I don't care what kind of cricket you play. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to chase that. It's not going to be easy to chase that down. It's
Yeah.
not going to be easy to chase that down. So it's always difficult.
And then I
Um,
guess and then Akash Deep did very well also. Who would have thought he would have been the one who picked up majority of the wickets in that match?
yeah, I mean, Akash was probably the pick of the bowlers. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we
10
were we
wickets.
were at Tava last week at Suncoast having a good time, but
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, really impressive from Akash, man. I mean, when
Yeah.
I came home and England were like 5 or 6 down at that time, so they were really like under the cosh in that second innings. So uh, I thought, I mean, that was kind of glimpses of Vernon Philander there. I mean, the way he was moving the ball, uh, you know, away from the batters and, that outswingers and in swingers, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He
Mm.
got the most swing of all the bowlers in that game. So
Yeah.
he was
Who
he
would have
was
thought?
superb. He was really superb. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? A five-star performance from India. They really came back quite well. They
Yeah.
had their backs against the wall after the first test, and they came back. They came back superbly in that second inning, second test, and yeah, thoroughly outplayed England in the end.
Yeah. But then but then to be brutally honest, I think India did it to themselves at hitting because had they brought their hands, who knows what would have happened in that match. But then one could argue Ben Stokes did it to himself by surprisingly wanting to chase, especially on that road of. Although I mean, he probably assumed the pitch was going to remain flat like that, and then, but then that pitch got progressively. I don't think it was getting that bad in terms of worse, but maybe England's minds got all frazzled because I think they must have been tired with all that chasing leather. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, England chased a lot of leather in that game, eh? And I just think psychologically, I mean, they were done. Once the
Mm,
lead went to 600, they were done psychologically. There was no way in hell that England could have chased that game, chased
mm,
that kind of total. And I think India took them out of their comfort zone because I mean they always so comfortable chasing any score, and
mm,
India made them play for a draw, which they are not comfortable with because
yeah,
England don't do draws. So
yeah.
they took them out of their comfort zone. But it was a mountain to climb at the end of the day, and yeah, completely
All
outplayed
right.
as I said.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the third test now. Interesting match. England, this time Ben Stokes wanted to bat first, which was a rarity. Even Ravi Shastri was taken by surprise at the toss in a good way, I guess. And then England made 387, India made 387, although India could have made a bit more. And then England on 98 for 4 at lunch. So, what's your thoughts?
I just want to say what a test match it's been so far. It's been enthralling. Probably the best test match of the series so far. This one, yeah, at Lord's, the home of cricket. Yesterday when I was watching a bit of the Indian innings, I thought India probably let their guard down there, Sid, because I
Mm.
mean, from 376 for six, I mean, they kind of collapsed there towards the end, losing their
Yeah,
last
like
4 wickets for 11 runs. So that kind of allowed England back into the game. But I mean, look at the score now at lunch, 98 for 4.
hmm
You can see England's intentions now. They're trying to go for quick runs.
yeah.
Uh, you could possibly see that. So my question is, what would India be comfortable with? 250, 300? Who knows?
300, eh? I think if India, I think it's like this. If India have to chase 300 on the final day, my theory is India might draw it. Eh? I don't think India will be comfortable chasing 300 on that pitch. If it's anything, unless if India's chasing 300 tonight with the session plus tomorrow's day, I think they'll feel okay chasing it. But I don't think they will go for it on the final day. I think they'll just, excuse my language when I say that, just scratch their ass and just draw it somehow.
Look, I think I think the pitch is a bit up and down at the moment, eh? So I mean,
Yeah.
your guess is as good as mine. But I think if it's 300, I think India would probably go for it. I mean, they got nothing to lose, eh? I mean, they should go for it. I think they should go for it. But having said that,
Yeah. hmm hmm
we don't know what England are gonna get. When once this innings ends, because I mean, England do bat deep. I mean, I looked at Bryden Cast, and Bryden Cast looks a decent.
Yeah, yeah,
He looks a decent low order player as well. So,
yeah. He
and
is.
remember, they've got Jamie Smith, who I
Yeah,
think has been the find of the series for England in this
yeah.
series. I mean, with his batting, he's been superb. I mean,
Hmm.
he hasn't failed. He hasn't failed in every innings that he's come to the wicket. He's always contributed for England. So another dangerous player down the order. So India have got to watch out for that. But I think I think India would be happy with anything under 250. I think 250 the most.
Hmm.
300 plus, I think it's going to get a bit tricky there because with the uneven bounce. But I think if they can
Yeah.
restrict them to 250, I think
Hmm.
India would fancy their chances. So it's actually quite an enthralling session that we have, post lunch, and
But
obviously
then,
the final session as well.
but then with 250, if India have to chase 250, including today, I would fancy it. But on the final day, I think it's more even Stevens because I think India will have no choice but to chase it because that's why I think it's a more even Stevens game if you get there on the final day. But I think if you're doing it from tonight, meaning you have a session plus, well, I don't think England could lose 6 wickets in the next session. So maybe I think India will more likely bat tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah, possibly, or maybe 2 or 3 overs tonight. You never know.
Oh,
But I think in all likelihood, it's probably going to be uh, tomorrow. But I mean, having said that, looking at this England, the way England performed in this first
hmm
session, it doesn't seem to be an easy pitch. Sid.
yeah.
It has been a bit up and down. So yeah, I mean, batting last is not going to be easy. So India
hmm
should try and restrict them to about 250 to have a real
Yeah.
good chance of winning this game. Because I think 300 plus
Uh
is
huh.
it's obviously psychological. It's going to be tough for India to actually chase that down. So I think 250, they'd probably be happy with that. But anything over
hmm
that, it could become a bit tricky.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the average per wicket. So it's 90 divided by 4. So how much would that be? Okay, let's make it more easier mathematically. Around 98, that's 200 for 8. Then, yeah, you're probably right. It'll probably be less than 250 if you go by that average. Hmm. Oh, sorry. What happened there, Avish? I think you disappeared on me.
Yeah, no, sorry, there was a call coming. No stress.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, I was saying that I think if you look at the average of 90 for 4, they'll probably be bowled at for 250, under just 250, I think. And then I think, yeah, that'll be a good match. So I think I'll go with India and draw. What about you, Avish?
I honestly think there's two results left in this game, sir. I think it's an England win or an India win. I don't see a draw.
Okay.
I
Oh,
really
yeah.
don't see a draw happening. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Or
it's
you
it's
could,
it's either one of those. I think it's going to be really close. It's
yeah.
going to be really close because I mean,
Mm-hmm.
uh, e- England's bowling hasn't really,
Uh-huh.
been anything write home about in the series so far. I mean, they did
Mm-hmm.
bowl well yesterday, but
Uh-huh.
there is a bit of holes there. But I mean, if it's an uneven pitch, you just never know. Bashir
Mm.
could come into it. Archer could come into it. You just never know.
But do you think
So
Bashir
I
is gonna
think
bowl though? I think he's injured,
I
isn't he,
I
Bashir?
I'll put it to you this way. I'll give you two scenarios. I think if it's 250 or under,
Mm-hmm.
I think India are the favorites. If it's 300 plus, I think England are the favorites. So
Okay.
those are my two kind of
Hmm. I get what you're saying.
situations that are yeah.
But
This is
damn,
where
at
I
this,
see this match panning out. So if it's
yeah, I guess.
250 and under, I think India are going to be comfortable. They probably go in as favorites to win this game, but I think 300 plus, you probably got to give it to England.
Yeah, I do feel for English bowlers because damn, those bowlers have been taken down to the ground. So I don't know how they're gonna have the energy to bowl tonight. That's why I think they would have probably preferred bowling tomorrow, give the bowlers some rest. So I think from that point of view, I think India should be favorites to win because hey, those bowlers. But anyway, go India. Okay, Avish, what are your thoughts on Australia again crushing the West Indies? Although I think those margins are very flattering because I think West Indies have competed well.
I'll be honest with you. I think when it comes to the bowling, I really can't fault the Windies bowlers in this
Hmm,
series. They've been
I
superb,
agree.
sir. They've been superb.
Hmm.
The batting, I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's a lot to be desired. I think it's been quite mediocre at times, eh?
Yes.
I've been very disappointed with the Windies batting. I think
Mm-hmm.
if I'm looking at that squad, yeah, I mean it is an inexperienced squad, but there is some experienced players that didn't really step up. I mean, guys like Shy Hope, the captain Chase, expect
Huh. Mm.
sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, you
I
were
was
saying,
talking about the Windies players. I mean,
yeah.
look, there is some inexperience in the batting lineup, no doubt about
Mm-hmm.
it. But I think some of those senior players didn't really step up in this series. I think the most disappointing of them all is probably Brathwaite.
Hmm.
Brathwaite. I mean, even the last game playing his 100th Test match, he seems like a walking. He seems like a guy that's on his way out of Test cricket.
Yeah.
The way I look at it. So, from that point of view, I think the Windies have been so mediocre and so disappointing with the bat that they haven't really, um, you know, uh, taken up the challenge of this Australian bowling lineup. And I think Australia, given the way they played in the series, if they had to play someone better, they probably would have been 1-0 or 2-0 down in the series.
Yes.
Because, I
Yeah, I
mean, the
agree with that.
batting hasn't been really filing. If you look at the first test, I mean, they were bowled out quite cheaply in
Yeah.
that first innings. And even if I look at the second test as well, I mean, there were moments that they were in real trouble. They haven't really, you haven't really seen the best of Australia with a bat in the series, and
No.
and they haven't really played to their best. And that's the sad part. They didn't have to play to their best to beat this Windies side because the Windies have been so poor with the bat, which has been the most disappointing thing. And I mean, even looking at this test now, they blew the Australians away yesterday, 225 all out. But
Hmm?
this is the thing. I mean, I told you last week when we were at Suncoast. I mean, I don't trust this Windies batting lineup. I just don't.
Yeah. I think, but we have to give credit to Australia. Their bowling was immaculate, especially Hazelwood in that second innings. He was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when the pitch is actually falling apart and it's deteriorating, that's when you really see what the Windies' frailties are with the bat, and they
Yeah.
just can't compete, especially in that second innings. I mean, their first innings, they were okay in that second test, but they're just getting blown away in the second innings of both games. So that's the most disappointing thing. And again,
Mm-hmm.
Australia have batted first in all the tests. So the Windies are always playing catch up. They're always chasing. And I think that's kind of falling into Australia's hands. But I hope they can. I hope they can sneak this one and make it 2-1. A little bit of respectability
Yeah.
and give the Windies fans something to shout about. Going into the limited over series. So I really hope they can step it up, because I mean there's less pressure on them at the moment. They got nothing to lose at the moment. I mean Australia
Of
are
course. Yeah,
probably
they really want.
favorites to actually go and get a clean sweep. So if they can get one back against Australia, that would be brilliant for their confidence. So I really hope they can win this test match.
I'm sure they will. Looking at this, Australia 225 all out. West Indies at the moment 16 for 1. They can even get a lead of 50 to 100. I think they should be favourites on to win it because, yeah, day-night test cricket is just extreme. Really suits the bowlers. But considering how we've been treated to batsman-friendly pitches of late, I don't really mind it after a while.
And this is why I kind of give them a chance in this game, because I mean, under lights, as you said, day night, the ball can be moving circles, all over the place. So I think the Windies have a chance, as you said. All we want to see is a bit of application. If they can get to 270, 300, they really in this game. They can boss it. They need a decent lead. Excuse me, against Australia. And they can boss this game, because I think with their bowling lineup, they can cause Australia a whole lot of problems at night with that pink ball.
Okay, let's get to South Africa and Zimbabwe. And what a expected series win. Bjorn Mulder was the man of the match. He made 367 runs. He got 2 for 20, 1 for 24. Yeah, there was a lot of debate, even in the world, but why he didn't go for Brian Lara's record. And then he gave an interesting reason that he felt that Brian Lara deserves to keep his record, or whatever else he said. What were your thoughts on it when he didn't go for Brian Lara's record?
I was speaking to you off air last week, Monday, and I was a bit shocked. I was actually a bit shocked, because, I mean, he was looking so good before the declaration came. And I thought, you know what? If there's ever a chance to break Lara's record, and I'm sure Lara would have been over the moon that somebody went and actually broke this record. So I was a bit disappointed that he kind of declared at that time, and the record stood. Having said that, Lara is a legend of the game, but I mean records are meant to be broken. So I actually think he could have went for it. I think he should have went for that record. I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of debate online. I mean, guys like Gale are coming in and saying that he probably wilted under pressure. But I mean, to have the world record, it's quite an achievement. I mean, leave the opposition. I mean, okay, Zimbabwe might not be the best opponents out there, but I mean, you can only play what's in front of you. And I just think opportunities like this don't come very often. And this is the first time in 20 years that a player has had an opportunity to break Brian's record of 400. So I think he should have went for it, because these opportunities don't come around very often, Sid. I mean, when are you going? I mean, teams can't even score 400 these days. I mean, we're talking about an individual score of 400. That's a record-breaking stuff. I think he should have went for it. I think there was enough time in the game, and we saw with the way Zimbabwe batted, even if it was an extra hour that they took after lunch, and if he got to the record and declared, it wouldn't have really taken much out of the game, because there was plenty of time to win the game. So that was the most surprising thing for me. There was so much of time left in the game that he could have went for the record. So I was a bit disappointed there.
Initially, I thought maybe he didn't declare. I thought maybe he declared. Maybe he was worried about the weather in Zimbabwe. But then the Zimbabwean weather had been really good. So, yeah, that was kind of puzzling why he didn't go for it. But I bet you, not to be controversial, but had it been an Australian, he wouldn't have given a damn. He was just going to break the record.
Absolutely. I mean, I really don't know what was going through Mulder's mind at that time. I'm not sure having the record is probably going to have more pressure on him as a player. But I mean, you're an international cricketer. I mean, the pressure is on every game. You're always going to be under pressure, sir. So I mean, when there's a chance to opportunity to break a record, I mean, I think you should go for it. Because as I said before, records are meant to be broken. And you don't get an opportunity uh, this often to break such an illustrious record as Lara's that has
Yeah,
stood for the best part of 21 years. And
yeah.
nobody up till Mulder has gotten that close to breaking the record.
Yeah, but I guess if it's any consolation, at least it's Brian Lara. Had it been an Australian, that would have just rubbed us up the wrong way. So I guess it's okay. Brian Lara, the legend, he made that score against England, and I guess it would have felt a bit, I mean, hollow for the neutral that he got this record against the Zimbabwean. So I guess from that point of view, he must have felt that it's Zimbabwe. Maybe that's why. I know it sounds silly, but maybe that's what he was probably thinking.
But remember, Matthew
Uh huh.
Hayden, when
Uh
he
huh.
broke Lara's initial record of
Yeah, yeah,
375, he also did it against Zimbabwe. So nobody was
yeah.
talking about
Absolutely.
that. But I think
That's
if Mulder broke this record will probably stood for quite some time
uh
because
huh.
it's not every day now that you got an opportunity and let's
Yeah.
be honest, pitches have changed. Sid. You don't get those flat takes anymore where you can kind of score these kind of runs.
Mm, mm,
So
mm, mm.
as I said, once in a lifetime opportunity, he should have went for it. But
Yeah, I
having said that,
agree.
I mean, fantastic innings
Yeah,
from Mulder. I mean,
awesome.
he's showing why
Uh huh.
Shukri has put faith in him
Hmm.
as an all rounder, and he's really he's kind of growing into his stature now as an international cricketer,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited to see what he can offer going forward, especially in the subcontinent against Pakistan and India later on this year. So I think he's growing. I think he's growing as a cricketer, as an international cricketer. He deserves to be here now.
Of
He's
course.
proved it. He's proved
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
and also he was captain, so it was an all round performance by him. So yeah, we'll have
absolutely.
to. Yeah. All right. So just give me a quick thoughts on Sri Lanka's 2-1 series over Bangladesh in the ODIs. That is.
Um, I thought it was quite a competitive series, to be honest with you. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
um, the games were pretty close, apart
Mm-hmm.
from the first one, I think,
Mm-hmm.
which was a bit kind of one-sided. But the second game, Bangladesh, they really did fight hard to come back into that game.
Yeah.
But having said that, I think the Sri Lankan spinners was superb
Yeah.
throughout the series, and yeah, I think Sri Lanka and their conditions, they're always a tough team to beat, no matter what the format, and it showed.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so we're really now into the T20s. Okay, Sri Lanka won the first T20 by 7 wickets. They were chasing 155, and today the second T20, which is gonna be at 3:30 p.m. Okay, how many three T20s are they playing? Only three. Okay, I'm going with Sri Lanka to win at 2-1. What do you think?
I'd probably look around 3-0. I just
Okay.
I just don't fancy Bangladesh in T20 cricket for some reason. I feel it's kind of the weakest format. Yeah, no,
Oh
honestly
yeah,
speaking, I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
it's the weakest form. I just feel. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, even if I look at the last game too, I mean, they had such a good start, but they don't seem
Mm-hmm.
to understand the tempo of T20 cricket. So, I mean, it's about taking that 150 score and making it like 190,
Yeah,
200. That's where you end up winning games because they don't have those. What can I say? They don't have those finishes at the end of the innings that can elevate a
yeah,
score from
yeah.
150 to 180, 190, 200. So I'd still go with Sri Lanka, yeah, to get a clean sweep in the series.
Okay, I just want to check something here with you. All right, it looks like Pakistan are touring Bangladesh for a couple of T20s, but that's only on the 20th of July. That's actually on a Sunday, so maybe we can do a chat on that. That's going to be at. Do you know what time that's going to be? Huh. Maybe we can do that chat next week Sunday because that's only going to be on the 20th, if that's okay with you, unless you want to talk about it today.
Yeah, I didn't know much of the series until you mentioned it now. So I think we can leave that for next week.
Okay, and then we look at
Yeah.
New Zealand. Okay, well, all right, yeah, it is. I think the Tri Series they're doing here, hey? Okay,
Yes.
I think there's a New Zealand tour of Zimbabwe. This is the T20 Tri Series, it looks like, if I'm
Correct.
correct. All right. The first one is on Wednesday, the 16th of July. New Zealand and South Africa. Let's look at the squads quickly. Who's playing? Otherwise, on paper, I would have not even looked at it. I would say New Zealand to be favorites. But let's look at the squads here before I assume that. Let's look at it now. Oh, here it is. New Zealand squad has got Mitchell Santner, Bracewell, Chapman, Jacob Duffy, Zachary Folks, Matt Henry, Bevan Jacobs, Adam Milner, Daryl Mitchell, Will O'Rourke, Glenn Phillips, Rachin Ravindra, Tim Seifert, Ish Sodi. Let's look at our delightful squad, South Africa. Oh, okay. Rassie van der Dussen is captain. Corbin Bosch, David Brevis, UB's favorites. Then you got Andre Berger, Gerard Kutsia, Reza Hendricks, Ruben Herman, George Linder, okay, I know him. Quena Mapaka is obvious. Senior Mbatusami, Lungu Ngidi, Nakwa Boyomzi Peter, he's a bowler, okay. Leon Pretorius, the wicket-keeper batsman. Then there's Andile Malani. Okay, we don't have a bad T20 squad, but I think if I look at it on paper, I'll give New Zealand the edge. What do you think, Abhi?
Yeah, I think this is the time to blood the youngsters. I think this is the series, and I mean, I know UV's favorite. I'm ready to see him go. Brevis, see what he's capable of in white ball cricket. I know he didn't have a really good start against Australia in 2023. He was still raw at that time, but I think now he's kind of understood his game set. And if you look at the way he performed in the IPL as well for Chennai, there were some great performances towards the end, for CSK. So, I mean, there's a few players that obviously we need to look out in this series. I mean, the likes of Brevis, Luandre, Jordan Herman was brilliant for Sunrisers, Eastern Cape last season as well. So I want to see what this backup squad can do, because I mean, if you look at these players are probably going to be around a lot longer. So it's all about Shukri trying to build some depth as well. So yeah, no, if you look at the squads, I'd probably say New Zealand squad is looking a lot more settled in terms of experience. But I wouldn't be surprised if this SA side gives them a run for their money, and actually ends up winning this tri-series. Because I think SA have a decent side as well, as you said.
Yeah, but this is a very confusing tri-series because I don't see us playing Zimbabwe anywhere here whatsoever in this tri-series. See, New Zealand, South Africa is on the 16th of July. Then on the 18th of July, you have Zimbabwe and New Zealand. Okay. And then on the...
No, I think Zimbabwe and SA are playing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't see
I think they're playing the first game.
I don't
You just confirm that for me?
I just don't see it at the moment. I don't see it at the moment. It's very confusing because I see a lot
Are you on Quick Info?
I'm on ESPN.
Yeah. No, it should be on Quick Info.
Okay, 16th of July is Wednesday. Then you have 18th of July, Zimbabwe, New Zealand. Then on the 22nd of July, you have New Zealand, South Africa. Then on the 24th of July, Zimbabwe, New Zealand. Then you have 30th of July, the first test between Zimbabwe and New Zealand, which is a bit of a mismatch. So I'm going to not bother with that. But then, you sure? I don't know. This is very confusing. Oh, I get it. No wonder they're not saying SA Zimbabwe because they're saying New Zealand tour of Zimbabwe. Okay, I get it now. All right, this makes it quite easy. Let's go to Zimbabwe and SA. Let's go to that on ESPN. No wonder I was getting confused. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
All is well. From the movie Three Idiots. Okay, here it is. All right, second test match. Okay. Oh, yeah, it is. You're right. 20th of July is on Sunday. Okay, that's our first. Feathers. Oh, you're right. It is tomorrow. My apologies. It's at 1 p.m. Okay.
So I just want to like kind of break it down to you. I'm actually quite interested to see how this SA squad performs against New Zealand. The Zimbabwe games, I'd probably not read too much into those because I think SA will win those games comfortably. But I'm interested to see how they perform against New Zealand because I mean, as you said, if you look at New Zealand squad, they're looking a lot more settled and experienced. So I'm kind of going to judge them on those games there. So I'm really excited to see what Shukri can do with this white ball team because I mean, He's proved it. He's proved it all with the red ball. I mean,
Hmm.
winning the WTC final, it can't get any bigger than that, eh?
Yeah.
And I know he's a really ambitious coach, so he wants to build some depth going into the T20 World Cup next year, which is, I mean, before you know it, it's going to be on our doorstep. So, yeah, really
Yeah.
interested to see what he can do with this young squad in
Yeah.
Zimbabwe.
I don't want to be pessimistic, but I think the T20 World Cup is in India, so I don't give us much chance there. But I do give us more of a chance at home.
You never know in T20 cricket, buddy. You just never know.
Yeah, if they prove me wrong, I would rather want SA or India to win it. Because shame India. I don't think India ever won a World Cup at home. They were very close in Ahmedabad, but we all know what
Oh,
went wrong there.
I think the less about that game, the better. Not something to remember, but I think 2011 they did win it with Dhoni as
Oh
captain.
yes.
So
Oh yes.
yeah,
Okay,
that
you
was
got
a
that
great
right.
moment. Yeah,
That's true. That's true. Okay. All right.
a long time ago, sir. A long time ago.
Yeah.
I think we were still using Blackberries at that time. Am I right?
Yes, BlackBerry. These were such cool phones until the Samsungs
Yeah.
came, and then the iPhones.
Yeah, the Samsungs and then the Hawaii's came into the market. So long time
All right.
ago. Long time ago.
I'm
I don't even think we had WhatsApp at that time, did we? No,
I think they might
2011.
have been. Oh yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
I think we had Mix It.
Yes. Yes. Oh, Mix It. It wasn't a bad app, eh? But the problem is there were people that gave it a bad name. Even with Facebook, it's a lovely network, but you get bad actors and that.
Yeah, there were too many chat rooms, I think.
Yeah, you're right, buddy. You're right. Okay, let's make this short and simple. New Zealand and SA to make the finals with New Zealand winning it. You?
I'm gonna have to give you that. I'm gonna have to give you my prediction next week. I want to have a look at SA against New Zealand this week, and I promise you, I'll give you my prediction next week, Sunday.
Yeah, of course. We can always adjust our prediction. I'm just like giving
Yeah.
you the cuff. But I will predict you one thing. SA will beat New Zealand in one of those T20s because I don't think we are that bad that we can't beat them at least once. But I just feel New Zealand are very much sorted out. Okay, so let's.
You know how I describe New Zealand. I think they're a very plucky team. They're a very plucky team.
Okay.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a team that is stubborn. They punch above their weight. That's how I would
Absolutely.
describe it.
I mean, how often we've been talking about this New Zealand? I mean, that what you just said right now is what describes New Zealand cricket. They punch above their weight.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. And whenever you try and write them off in tournaments, I mean, they throw an egg at your face. Make you look silly.
Except in the West Indies and America, they were horrible in that tournament. The first time I ever saw a New Zealand team never go past the first round of a tournament. They lost to teams like Afghanistan. Then I think they lost to a team like Did they lose to West Indies?
They lost to the Windies. They lost to the Windies, yeah.
But it's good for.
I think that was probably an isolated kind of situation because I think the preparation in that World Cup was very, very poor. I think they got to the Caribbean with like 2 days before the opening game, and that they were really undercooked as a team. But I mean, looking at their record in tournaments, they've been quite decent, eh?
Yeah,
they've been quite decent. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you wanted to mention about Wimbledon, which is against Alcaraz and Sinner, and I'm going with Alcaraz to win because he's won the last 2 titles and he's just got more in his game. Sinner for me is a bit predictable. You?
Look, I honestly give Sinner a chance in this game because I mean, look at the way he performed against Djokovic on Friday. So, I mean, 6-3, 6-4, 6-3. I mean, it was a straight sets win, and I know Alcaraz had to come, had to come back and win 3-1. But I think Sinner was a lot more impressive against Djokovic. And probably the tide is turning now in terms of where tennis is going now as a team sport. It's probably the end of the era for Djokovic. Because I mean he was a great in terms of dominating, especially Wimbledon. But now you see the new kid on the block, Alcaraz, and I mean he has to go in his favorite today because I mean given his record, in the last two tournaments. But I do give Sinner a chance today, sir. I think it's a lot closer than we think. I think it's 50-50.
Of course. No, I agree with you.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
saying it's
50-50.
one-sided. It's not one-sided. I think Alcaraz will edge it in 5 sets.
What did you think of the ladies' finalists? I thought it was quite a performance from Iga. I mean, she didn't drop a game. 6-love, impeccable, unbelievable.
I thought, credit to Iga for winning it with the first Wimbledon title, but I honestly thought for the spectator that was a kind of a ripoff.
How long did that match last?
Okay, let's Google it. Good question. Sorry, but how...
It was kind of a demolition job, eh?
It may go to flash score, actually. It might go faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a funeral of a match. 6-love.
It was a demolition job, yeah. I think she was the first women's champion since 1988. Steffi Graf was the last Wimbledon champion to win a Grand Slam 6-love.
Who was the opponent for that?
I have no idea, but I know Steffi Graf was a...
Okay.
Well, Steffi Graf could play tennis. I mean, she was a decent player.
Yeah, she was class.
She's a legend. She's a legend of the game. Yeah.
The problem with the female game, there's just too much grunting. It's like, I don't want to say
absolutely.
I don't want to say what it sounds like because it might be a bit too graphic for viewers watching this show. But
I'll
let them figure. I'll tell you off air what it sounds like.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm trying to open this tennis thing. But like, what margin do you think Sinner's going to win by? Because I know you fancying Sinner today.
You know, Alcaraz is such a fierce competitor. I think it's going to go down to 5 sets.
Okay, so basically you're saying Sinner to win in 5.
Sinner to win in 5 sets, yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's open this tab. For some reason, they're not telling me how many minutes this... Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, it's 58 minutes. Wow, what a funeral. Even a funeral takes longer than that.
Do you know what 58 minutes is? 58 minutes is a work lunch break. It's a work lunch break. Unbelievable performance. Wow.
And I think they win a few million. So not bad. I wouldn't mind working for 1 hour and getting a few million.
Sure. Tennis is such a difficult sport, sir.
I know. I'm just making a joke out of it, but still,
sure.
Win for 1 hour and you're getting a cool million out of that, and that to win a final. I'm sure if you had told her that, she would have grabbed with both hands. Well, she would probably, what that.
Yeah, I mean, as a tennis player, I think there's nothing better than winning Wimbledon. It's the most prestigious tournament you can ever win as a tennis player. And to be honest with you, I mean, I haven't been a big fan of tennis growing up, but I mean, there was one tournament that I really enjoyed watching growing up was Wimbledon. I really loved Wimbledon. I think there's something special about the grass court.
Okay, that's true. I think that's one of the more balanced. I think it's one of the more
absolutely
balanced courts.
Yeah.
Although back in the day it was too much serve and volley, it felt a bit imbalanced. Although I do prefer to say more serve and volley, but nowadays it's just too baseline. But I don't know. I don't mind it. But what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the skill level has definitely improved. I think especially the serving now. I mean, it's the speed at which these players serve. I think back in the days it was a lot more tactical kind of a game, and now it's about speed and power. Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll pretty much wrap it up there because I know we wanted to talk about the schedule, but we can do that when Yuvi's back, hopefully next week, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, we can go into the WTC. I know it's already begun now with India and England and stuff, but we'll go through it nicely, and then we'll see. We'll give our predictions on each series and see who finishes where, and it'll be exciting.
All right, I'll see you next week, buddy.
Okay, ciao, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Ciao.
Cheers.
You too.
Cheers.
Cheers.